Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Stronger Than Steel podcast. Today, I'm actually doing a solo episode. I feel like John earned himself a rest. He might still do a pregame episode. I'm not really sure. Obviously, it's late. I'm actually recording this on Sunday morning. It's 12:45 a.m. So more than likely, he'll put anything he needed to put on Twitter. But he's getting a well-deserved break. His final week just ended, and I'm gonna take over for this pregame show. So let's start off straight with the game status for everyone. This is a big injury report, especially for the Patriots. So let's jump right into it. For the Steelers first, tight end Vance McDonald is out with his shoulder injury. Then questionable, Joe Hayden with his fibula injury. He's actually a game time decision. Cornerback Cody Sensabaugh is also questionable with a shoulder injury. And wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster is questionable with a hamstring injury. He's actually expected to play, though. It just came out like 40 minutes ago that he's expected to play. Now for the Patriots, players that are out are Alan Branch with a knee, Brandon King with a hamstring, and Kyle Van Noy with a calf injury. And then questionable is Trey Flowers with rib, Stephon Gilmore with an ankle, David Harris with an ankle, Chris Hogan with a shoulder, Eric Lee with an ankle, Matthew Slater with a hamstring, LaAdrian Waddle with an ankle, and Dietrich Wise with a foot injury. And that wraps up the injury report. So let's go right into the series history. Right now the series is tied at 15-15. This is going to be the 31st meeting, and it will obviously get rid of the tiebreaker. The last result was obviously the Patriots winning 36-17 in the AFC Championship last year, and the current streak is that the Patriots have won 4 and obviously the Steelers have lost 4. And the overall postseason record is 1-4 for the Steelers. The Patriots have won 4 games. The Steelers have only won 1. And just a fun fact coming into this game for the Steelers, this game will be the first time that Brown, Bryant, and Bell are all on the same field at the same time versus the Patriots. This has never happened before. This is going to be the first time that they all get to play together against the Patriots. So hopefully it's a good one. But going straight into it, we're going to preview the offense first. In my opinion, it is up to the offense in this game. I have little hope for the defense. The offense is simply going to have to keep up with Brady and ultimately outscore him, which is no easy task. And that's only because Brady is so great. The defense is actually pretty bad for the Patriots, at least in terms of yards. What they are good at is the bend but don't break mentality. Because while they're ranked 29th for yards given up, they're ranked 6th in points per game given up. So hopefully the Steelers can beat that. And realistically, the Steelers have the advantage everywhere on this field. The Patriots won't even have Vanoy and Alan Branch in this game. So any matchup they may have had the upper hand on paper is gone. I have high expectations with that being said. I'm expecting elite games from Ben, Bell, and Brown, as they should have it easy. Patriots can't take away both of them, so one of them should be doing great this game, if not both of them. I'm really thinking it is going to be a Le'Veon. Without Alan Branch and Vanoy, he gets the best matchup as their best DT is gone, as well as a guy who's going to be watching underneath passes, as well as coming up to stop runs that get to the next level. So if I have to pick, I'm going to pick Bell to have the best game here. As for everyone else, I'm really hoping Jesse James stays hot in this game. It could be game-changing if he continues to make plays, as it will open up Antonio Brown more. If not him, it's been the story. It's been the story all year. I'm just hoping for someone to do it, someone to step up. Juju Smith-Schuster could be that guy, but he was a late addition to the injury report, so I worry about his health coming into this game. But you never know. If not him, Rodgers or Bryant will have to have a great game for the first time all season, but I don't see that happening. So we're gonna go straight to the defense here, and I'm gonna apologize in advance. I took such a pessimistic view on this. It is crazy. But anyhow, let's get right into it. So, as I already mentioned, I don't have much hope. That's putting it nicely. I don't have much hope whatsoever. And honestly, that really brought down my expectations. As Brady has torn apart the defense even when we thought the defense was good. What's scary is Belichick has come out and said that the defense looks the same as last year, talking about the Steelers' defense. And if that's actually what Belichick sees, Gronkowski will go off. Gronk has had 2 3-touchdown games against Pittsburgh since he's entered the league. So I'm really not looking forward to his return. He's ready and raring to go after having a week off due to suspension. It's really a shame for the Steelers that he didn't get suspended another week, and it just adds to the annoyance that Juju Smith-Schuster got suspended the same amount as him. If he was suspended 2 games, which he probably should have if they suspended Juju one, he would have been gone for this week, and it probably would have really helped the Steelers out. But elsewhere, though, the Patriots running backs, while all really mediocre in terms of being running backs, all are receiving backs, and that just scares me, as we've seen running backs get long receptions 2 weeks in a row now with Alex Collins and, oh my gosh, his name is skipping my head. I'm just going to move on. It's Alex Collins and the guy from the week before. But Burkhead specifically has been on fire, so I'm a bit worried there as well. My final concern is really Brandon Cooks. The man has speed, and we've seen quarterbacks getting burned a lot recently. And while it was quiet last week, I can't imagine that happening again. Sadly, the one place where I think the Steelers have the advantage will play little to no factor, and that's the pass rush. Brady's time to throw is so quick, the only way for pass rush to actually hit home would be to have him backed up and force him to hold the ball. But with those receiving backs and the clear hole in the middle of the field for the Steelers, I just can't imagine Brady not being able to find someone open. But I'm hoping for the best, despite taking the most pessimistic look at the defense I possibly could have. Moving on to special teams. Key special teamer Brandon King will be out for the Patriots, and Matthew Slater, who's been a long time big part of special teams for the Pats, is questionable. So the Steelers have those two things going for them. Then the kicker matchup is pretty close. Gostkowski has proven to be a top kicker in the league for a long time now. But Boswell has come up and has been so clutch as of late that it makes it very close. It's a matter of opinion at this point. I'm thinking Gostkowski wins it, but just by a little. Elsewhere, believe it or not, the Steelers have the punting advantage, according to the numbers. The Steelers are averaging 43.5 yards a punt, while the Patriots are averaging 43.3. Also, the Steelers have pinned more teams inside the 20 at 22 times, while the Patriots have only done it 18 times. Not the biggest difference, and both are actually pretty bad. Those, I think they rank 28th and 30th in the league, respectively, but still. However, Steelers are the worst team in the NFL for kick returns, while the Patriots are 4th, and the Steelers are 28th in punt returns, while the Patriots are 18th. So overall, the Patriots probably have the advantage on special teams, even with those 2 injuries. Moving right along to the keys to the game. For offense, I don't normally support this kind of play, but just to know, it's got to be to know where where Bell and Brown are at all times. It's a one time I'll be okay with Ben being sort of narrow with his reads, because how this game goes is going to be based around these 3 guys. There's no way around it. It's going to be on the play of the killer bees mostly. On defense, it's try and make Brady hold the ball anyway possible. Brady is significantly worse when he has to hold the ball, and especially when it's on 3rd and 7 or longer. So they need to try and force those situations the best they can. It's asking for a lot, in my opinion, but it's the key. If they could do that, they could easily win this game. But moving along to X factors for offense, it's Jesse James. If Jesse James can stay hot, he will be a game changer, plain and simple. Because if he makes himself a threat, that will open up Brown, and that's all we need. Because there's already going to be probably a defensive back on Le'Veon Bell, so they can't possibly cover everyone. If someone else just steps up again, if Jesse James can repeat that again, it would be amazing for the game. The Steelers have a huge chance to win if that's the case. For defense, I picked Cameron Hayward. There was a lot of people to pick, but I think out of last week, I was most disappointed with Hayward because he's a team leader. He's supposed to be one of the better ones on the team, and he didn't do so hot. The whole defensive line didn't do so hot, but I'm putting on him because he had such a disappointing game last week to make it up and hopefully stuff some runs and maybe even get a sack on Brady, even though it's not going to be easy. So that really wraps it up for my Steelers preview. A really short one today, obviously without John, but we'll go straight into the pick'em now. First is the Bengals at the Vikings. The Vikings are 11-point favorites, and I have the Vikings covering. The Bengals just simply aren't good enough. They're without Adam Jones. They're going to be without Joe Mixon. I think the Vikings are a way better team, so I think it's going to be a blowout. Next up is Dolphins at Bills. Bills are favored by 3 points. I have the Dolphins winning outright. I think the Dolphins are hot at the moment, and Bills aren't really that good. I don't know. I think a team coming off beating the Patriots is feeling really good about themselves, so I have the Dolphins winning outright. Next up is Texans at Jaguars. Jacksonville is 10.5-point favorites. I have Jaguars covering. TJ Yates is starting for the Texans this game. Unless something really bad happens, I can't see, for the Jaguars, I can't see this happening. Even with Leonard Fournette not playing, I can't picture it. Moving along, we have the Jets at the Saints. The Saints are 16.5 favorites. I really wanted to pick the Jets plus 16.5, but without Josh McCown, I couldn't. I think that team is probably really bad. And the Saints are just too good. So I have the Saints covering here. Excuse me. Next up, Cardinals at Redskins. The Skins are favored by 4 points. I'm picking the Cardinals to win outright. Cardinals are hot right now. And I think Washington is pretty bad. So simple as that. Cardinals win outright. Next up, Baltimore at Browns. The Ravens are 7-point favorites. And I have the Ravens covering. No way around it. The Browns are just bad. I don't even really need to do more analysis than that. They're going to go win this, in my opinion. Next up, Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks are 1.5-point favorites. I have the Rams winning outright. I think the Rams are pissed about the first meeting. I thought the Rams were going to win the first meeting. And this is their time to come back and make it up. The Rams are trying their best to get the second seed or even the first seed from the Eagles. I think is a possibility now. So I have the Rams winning outright. They're going to play hard. Next up is Titans at 49ers. It almost surprised me, but I guess it doesn't, because I came in thinking I was going to pick this as soon as I was typing this up. Is that the Titans at 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 1.5 points. I'm picking the 49ers to cover. The Titans are a really bad team, and I think they just had a really easy schedule. So 49ers cover. Jimmy Garoppolo is the Jimmy Garoppolo GOAT. Ha! Bad joke. Cowboys at Raiders. Cowboys -3. This is the only game where I had the game actually being like a plus, where the Raiders are going to fall in between the spread. So I have the Raiders +3. I think the Cowboys are going to win it, but I think the Raiders are going to keep it close. So there's that. And then we're going to wrap this up with the Falcons at Bucks. Falcons are favored by 6 points, and I have the Falcons covering. I think the Bucks are without way too many defensive starters. I mean, the defense has been bad for them all year regardless, so I think it should be easy for the Falcons to cover here. All right. I'll do bold predictions first, and then I'll tell you guys what I think will be the outcome of the Steelers game. So my first bold prediction is that Antonio Brown goes for over 200 yards in his second straight game and gets 2 touchdowns in this one. My second one is that Le'Veon Bell also has 200 scrimmage yards, 140 rushing, and 60 passing, and also gets a touchdown in this one himself. Then third one is that the defense holds Gronk to under 40 yards. I have no hope for the third one. It's just a bold prediction. I think the first and second one are actually kind of achievable. I mean, they're crazy, but achievable because these players are elite. So my final score prediction, I really, really didn't want to do this, but I'm picking the Patriots to win. I'm picking the Patriots to win 33-21. I just don't feel like the Steelers are set to win this. It's going to be a close game. I don't think the defense has it in them to hold Brady at all, and I also don't think that the offense will be able to keep up with Brady, just because it's so hard to do. But I hope I'm wrong. I'm not. People often get mad when you pick against the Steelers. I'm not rooting for the Steelers. Of course I'm rooting for them, and I hope that they prove me wrong. You got to recognize great when you see it, and the Patriots are just always great. And they have the Steelers number, so Patriots win 33-21. But that about wraps it up for me. I don't think there was anything else I really wanted to get to, so I'm going to quickly give us all of the social media for you guys. We have an Instagram. Follow us at stronger_steel_NFL. We also have a website that I will leave it in the description because I always forget it. It is such a long URL. Then we also have a Twitter, so follow us there at stronger_steel. And also look for us on Facebook. And also listen to us on SoundCloud. And if you're on SoundCloud, listen to us on YouTube as well. It means a lot to us. We love the support. And shoot us an email too. Stronger than steel podcast@gmail.com. Ask us any questions, any comments, concerns. Go for it. But that about wraps it up for me, Steelers Nation. Let's hope for a win later today. And everyone else, have a good night. Let's go Steelers.